Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to a cloudy and overcast Winnipeg. We'll be talking about that a little later. Now, we are going to do something that we haven't been doing too much lately, and that is we are going to have a rollback. I'm starting to get worried about myself, although I have an excuse for it. I missed an entire row of video clips when I was editing yesterday afternoon. I guess it was early afternoon. And I think my excuse was I was just so anxious to get out and enjoy that nice warm weather we had yesterday that I just wasn't paying attention. And even after I got everything all edited out and sort of scrubbed ahead through my video, I didn't notice that I'd missed as much as I did. And this morning, I got 2 or 3 comments about what happened to Pizza Day or something to that effect. I think Tennessee Jim said all he saw was an empty plate, and somebody else said they missed the And I'm thinking, well, what are you talking about? I remember videoing that. And so when I checked this morning, holy moly, it wasn't there. So we're going to have a rollback. There's more than just the pizza I missed. Anyway, I guess on Pizza Day, though, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Okay, let's just quickly roll back and see what it is that I failed to put in. And we'll sort of start off just where we left off yesterday. You know, we put that little dollop of glue on the slide. Well, that's all you saw. I took more after that. Okay, let's stop talking here and let's roll back. Okay, let's just let that dry, and we'll see what it looks like after. It'll probably take about 24 hours because it's so terrible thick. I'm guessing about 5 minutes or so has passed now, and you can see it's starting to dry around the edges and clear. But I'm also noticing that there are little bubbles forming in it, and I don't know if they're going to disappear or not, or if they're just going to stay there. Guess we'll know tomorrow. And I was also wondering what would have happened if I had to put this whole thing in the vacuum chamber. That would have got rid of the bubbles. But on the other hand, the glue might have started to boil, and things could have got worse. Not everything that is liquid works well in the vacuum chamber. Now, if you remember, yesterday I was saying something about we'll take a nice close look. Well, this is the spraying we did yesterday. Okay, I'll just show you one of these because the other one is just like it. I guess you recognize that as the support that goes under the boat. And one more here. Oh, I'm going to have to recompose. I'm too close in. It looks like I've bent one of our little hooks here. This one right here. Oh, we can straighten that. Okay, and the boats you've already seen. Okay, what is pizza day without pizza? And we already know what's in this one. This is piece number 7 of 8 pieces. So we've just got one more like this to go. Okay. Oh, by the way, it's cold again. I haven't heated it up. Well, as the old saying goes, I guess it's better late than never. Thank goodness for the rollbacks. All right, now, our glue here. I think we're going to have to put on the macro lens. I don't think it is completely dry, and the reason I'm wondering about that is because it doesn't look clear. It's sort of translucent. But maybe that's the way it's supposed to go. I don't know. Let's put on the macro lens and take a real close look at it here. Okay. Let's see what happens when we drag the point of our hobby knife through it here. Oh, it is dry. It is dry. Okay, well then I guess that's as clear as it's going to get. And I guess when I mixed it up, I got all these bubbles in it. I wonder how this glue would react in a vacuum. Would it boil? As I mentioned yesterday, well actually, I guess you heard that today, some liquids will boil and they do not work good in a vacuum chamber, so you can't get rid of bubbles because you get rid of everything. Might be just sort of a fun experiment, you know, take a milliliter of this glue and see how it reacts in a complete vacuum. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do that today, but maybe someday. Anyway, it's dry. Somebody was saying it won't stick to plastic, but I don't know, it's sticking to this glass pretty good. And I think it probably would stick on plastic. Of course, we won't know if we don't try it, right? I'm probably going to end up cutting my fingers. That's going to happen here. Yeah, then I'm going to be getting comments about your fingers were too close to the blade or something. Okay. All right, enough poking around here. Okay, we're back to our red background. The reason I'm doing that is so that this back of this transom here will silhouette. Okay, now I was thinking of using our white glue right here. The problem is it will not dissolve the plastic, and I think I need to dissolve the plastic a little bit to get that hinge together. It's just, you know, it just. All right, let's get some CA thin going, or not CA thin, but Tamiya extra thin. And we'll just sort of try and dissolve it a little bit. And also maybe we'll put a little on what you might call the pegs here. Now, let's try not to drop this. Here you can see how it's kind of melding together. If I could just let go of it now. It almost wants to stay there by itself. Oh, it's kind of slumping a little bit. And it's not square with the keel. You want the, you know, I guess if the rudder was at a slight angle, that'd be all right. That would actually look natural. Okay, let's just let it dry like that. Okay, now I'm going to try something that yesterday I didn't turn the lens enough. You'll notice the transom that is closest to you is a little bit blurred. But if I turn my lens to its closest focusing distance, it should come into focus. Yeah, that worked. All right, now. I wonder if I put a little on there too. Okay. All right, I think I got it pretty straight. It looks good to me. Does it look good to you? Earlier this morning, I was out talking to my neighbor, and I was also giving Missy her dog cookie. Anyway, I looked up in the sky and I said, it kind of looks like it's going to rain. And he says, yeah, there's a 70% chance of rain. So I came back in the house and I checked the radar weather, and sure enough, we got rain moving in from the southwest. And, okay, now I do not want to break my record of being able to say I have been out on two wheels every day since the end of May. So I thought, well, if it's going to rain later today and I'm busy messing around at the model table and miss out on my opportunity, well, I better take my opportunity. So I did. Okay, it has not rained outside yet, but it sure looked like it could a couple of times there. Now, probably about an hour has passed since I glued these on, and I'm going to have to be really careful not to put any stress on anything here. Now we have to paint the inside of these hulls yet, and let's just see if I can get it off here. All right, I think the best way to do this is to take these and fasten them back on this thing the other way up with a little bit of blue tack or something. So, yeah, hey, I got a friend going on here. I guess maybe you couldn't see that fly. Where is it there? Oh, see, there he is. Wonder what his name is. Okay. Now, how can I put these down so that they're not going to put any stress on the rudder? I was gonna put them down, you know, upside down, but then you can see the tiller is there. So these are going to be like super easy to break. Now, where's my blue tack here? There we go. I think I'll just put them side by side. I suppose I could put them stick them on this stuff here. It's already got yeah, it's already sticky, but I don't want them to be rocking back and forth. Guess I didn't need quite that much. Okay, now very gently here, very gently. What do you think my chances are of not breaking these off? Okay, that should be secure enough to be able to paint. Yeah, that'll work. I think I'll put this thing up in the rotator here. Okay, we're done with the helping hands. Get my holder downer back. Put the needle back in. Okay. Got a lot of use out of that. Okay. Now, very gently, don't make any quick moves. Okay, we are ready to paint. I think I'm going to do everything in the deck 10. Do you remember when Gabe was here? He gave me this brush that comes to a nice fine point, and I don't think it would work too good though for painting the bottom there. It's just not wide enough, but it might do good for trying to, you know, paint in places like this. Let's just save this for something special. Although, mind you, what's more special than this, right? Okay. I just shook this up a moment ago. It's thinned, so it might actually be too thin. All we know is give it a second coat, right? Yeah, it's pretty thin. Let's move in a little bit here. Okay, that's as close as I can get without doing the macro lens thing. Now, I don't want it to run down the sides. I don't want to touch the tiller, although, mind you, we're going to be... I'm going to be doing the tiller probably. Somebody was suggesting, I think it was Martin was suggesting it might be do it really dark. Remember, I don't want it to go running down the sides. I just want it to sort of sit on the top of the gunnel there. At least that's the plan. It seems to be working. It's very thin. It's just really, really watery here. I'll be a little bit more careless when I'm doing the inside. I just want to go around the outside first. Maybe you can't see it because you're too far back, but I'm just pooling it on the top there. That's what makes me worry about that it's going to run down the sides. Okay, now let's do the other one. I suppose this is where Gabe's little brush might have done a better job. Starting to get a little bit trembly here. I'm sort of scared to look at the sides. I don't think it ran down. I think it would have, you know, a surface tension type thing is going on there that's keeping it on the top. Okay, there, now we got the perimeter done, and I think now it'll be safe to do the inside, and it won't matter if it gets a little bit now this will shrink wrap. I guess from your angle you can't really see what's happening here. And yet if I have it so that you can see, then the lens is going to be in my face here. I'm probably going to have to give this 2 coats on the bottom. I wonder if the top of these thwarts could be a different color too, that they stand out. Maybe when I do the tiller, I could just go across the top of the thwart, and this engine cover should be probably darker. I don't think, well, it might have been gray, I don't know. I think it'll stand out better if I paint it though. I actually find brush painting very relaxing, sort of a therapy or something. I'm not going to worry about getting the engine cover. We're going to get that with something else later. I think before I do the other boat, what I'm going to do is maybe I got it too thick in there. I'm hoping it's going to evaporate. Before I do the second boat, I'm going to reshake the paint, because it could be my pigment is settling to the bottom, being as the paint is so incredibly thin. Works good for airbrushing, but well, if I'm going to do the bottom, a second coat, and then we'll do the panel line accent colors afterwards. Probably have to put maybe some clear coat down there. Okay, now we just got this. Alright, I'm going to put the lid back on and shake up my paint, and I'm going to do the other one pretty much the same way, and we'll take a look at it. Quit poking at it. If you're going to give it a second coat, then don't worry about it. Okay, the second boat is done. Probably about 10 minutes ago or so. Starting to dry pretty good. We'll let this paint cure, and then we'll do a second coat. My little brush is all cleaned up, and let me zoom out a little bit here. Let's have some fun and see how this glue will react in a vacuum. I'll try and set it up and use the macro lens and get in really nice and close, and hopefully we'll be able to see the bubbles expanding and hopefully the glue will still be there after we're through, and it's not going to all evaporate into the air. Well, if there's any water in the glue, which there probably is, yeah. Okay, let's stop talking about it. Let's set up and do it. I should be able to set up in about 15 minutes or so, and this is going to be fun. Okay, we're going to do two samples. We're going to do some glue and then maybe some deck tan. And I don't think I need to worry too much about this falling off of there, but just in case, we'll make it just sort of stick it down. And the concave is right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. If I can get the light just right. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, and the idea of it being on this sealer is so that it will raise it up. Otherwise, if I put it way down the bottom here, I can't zoom in with it, get in close with the macro lens. So that's going to hold it up, and yeah, that should work. Okay, just let me recompose here. Now, I just remembered, a few minutes ago that is, I've got a coffee visitor coming today, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And yeah, if I want to do this right, I want to be able to take my time at it. So I'm going to probably do this later on today, all being well, and it'll be in tomorrow's rollback. Or maybe something that's going to come up and I'm going to, like the sun might come out and I might go out on my scooter or something like that, and that's going to really change things. Oh, by the way, this is glass, so it's not plexiglass, this is glass, so the Windex won't hurt it. Alright. I was noticing I've got, you remember the last time I used this, it was for the sprue pen, and I've got little splatters of sprue goo or something there. Have to get those off maybe, or find a clear spot to look through. You know what, I'm going to call her quits for this afternoon, folks. What do we got here? 1:55. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.